Death is something we all face, whether it be family, friends, or ultimately our own. It's something that we need to deal with. Until the idea of building a columbarium on church property came to us, my husband and I had never really discussed what we would do or want after our deaths.
You know, there are times when we have to deal with things that are extremely difficult. My family and I had to face the reality that my wife Sharon was dying from pancreatic cancer. Sharon loved being a wife, mother, grandmother, daughter, sister, and friend. She loved it. She positively influenced everyone that knew her. She had an infectious laugh, and she genuinely cared about their well-being. But she was above all else a faith-filled person. And that made it so much easier for us to deal with when she died. Looking ahead to the day when there would be a need, Sharon and I purchased cemetery plots, never giving any consideration to other options. When Sharon's time was near, we revisited some of those earlier decisions. And Sharon decided to be cremated instead of having a traditional burial. I recall one of Sharon's last days to worship in this church. It was a beautiful Sunday morning when her time was near. We walked toward the church sanctuary, and it was then that she planted the seed for a columbarium to be placed here at First Baptist Church. She said, "If possible, I want my remains to be placed on our church grounds." We introduced the idea of having a columbarium established at First Baptist Church, and it was accepted. The columbarium was custom designed to be a place of honor, beauty, and tranquility while bringing a degree of comfort to families during their time of need. And you know, I am thankful for Sharon's wisdom in planting that seed in First Baptist.
In recent years, Marty and I have both lost our mothers, and we've both dealt with those issues of funeral arrangements. And we realize that this is something that if we can take care of these matters beforehand, before our own deaths, for our children, it's something that we can leave to them to help lessen the burden when we do pass away.
The miracle for me was that God knows what I need before I have any idea. And so when the columbarium started to be discussed, I thought, well, I don't really know where I want to be, and I don't want to be a burden to my children. When that time comes, and I'm here at First Baptist, they will have the blessing of support from their church family. My children know each and every one of you here throughout the years, and y'all been very, very good to them, and I've trusted you with my children as they were growing up. And I know that I can trust you to take care of them when the good Lord calls me home. So I feel that He just opened up a window for me, and that this is where I need to be.
When Harlos presented the idea of a columbarium, it was a new concept to me. I had no idea such things existed. I can't think of a better place for my remains to be than here at First Baptist. I like the idea that it's economical. I like the idea that it would be close to the church, and it's a site where it makes it easy for your family to visit your.
Not only does this columbarium offer a place of rest for the cremains of those members that would like to be a part of this, but it also would offer a place of meditation, a place of reflection, a place for people to walk and to be able to reflect on their own walk with God. This place has certainly deepened my faith, and I hope that whether it be inside or outside, that everyone have this opportunity.
I'm Ed Barker. My wife Phyllis and I have been members of First Baptist Church for almost 49 years now. And to say the least, we're probably, in the sense of life, we're closer to the end than we are the beginning. And I've had on my to-do list for a number of years now, make those end-of-life decisions. The idea of a columbarium, as others have stated, was totally new to me. I had no concept of what it was or what it represented. But immediately, upon the presentation, it became a plan for us.
David and I have chosen to have our remains here at First Baptist Church. This is our home church. This is where we belong.
We've decided that we would like the opportunity to be cremated and placed on church property.
Along with talking to our children, me and Paula also talked to the rest of our family, our brothers and our sisters, and they were fine with the idea of having a columbarium and being cremated, knowing that our soul has already gone to heaven and just our body's going to be here, and it's going back to the earth anyway, back to where it started.
When the idea of a columbarium at First Baptist came to my attention, people wanted to speak to me about cremation and how can Christ resurrect a body that's been cremated. The Bible mainly is concerned that we have a right relationship with God. Christianity Today put it this way: we shouldn't use the Bible or Scripture to promote burial traditionally or cremation. That's not its focus. That's not its emphasis. The main thing is that we have a relationship with God. I mean, think about all the martyrs who've been burned at the stake over the years because of their faith. I personally plan to be cremated. You know, our motto at First Baptist is everybody's welcome, nobody's perfect, and anything's possible. As Billy Graham said, it is not impossible for God, a sovereign God, to raise the dead of a body that's been cremated. And so it's really a matter of choice. And this might be an option for you and your family because First Baptist is a sacred place where you have worshiped, where you have served, where you have loved each other, you've loved God, and you've loved our community.